Hi, and welcome to part 6 of the webinar series on multilingual academic corpus of assignments, writing and speech, MACAWS, by Bruna Sommer, Alexei Novikov, Adriana Picarel, and Dr. Shelley Staples. This webinar will focus on lexicogrammar using the Russian subcorpus of MACAWS. In this webinar, I'll provide a brief definition of lexicogrammar, then discuss why not just vocabulary and grammar, but lexicogrammar. And finally, I will share the activity focusing on lexicogrammar in Russian that I designed. As you're watching this webinar, in some way you're already involved with MACAWS, either directly or indirectly. If you'd like to get more involved, please let us know, because one of the central principles of MACAWS is that it is created for instructors and with the help of instructors. So lexicogrammar is essentially what it sounds like. It's a combination of lexis, or vocabulary, and syntax, or grammar, in a pattern. In the following 3 examples, extracted from the Corpus of Contemporary American English, or COCA, the syntactic or grammatical pattern is a verb plus a noun phrase plus a preposition over and plus another noun phrase, while the lexical part is verbs that have a general meaning of throwing, such as fling, hurl, or toss. For example, I flung the towel over the jar like I was sneaking up on a wild animal. Monty hurls the blanket over the dog and springs forward, wrapping his arms around the dog. He tosses the frisbee over the pack's heads, but the dogs don't even acknowledge. Now that it is hopefully clear what lexicogrammar is, let's discuss why we should even bother about it. If you watched the Genre Register Awareness webinars, you might remember that we had talked about the form, meaning, use mappings. So let's take a look at another example with a throwing verb. She scattered her clothes all over her place, and analyze it through the form, meaning, mapping use. Here we see that the grammatical form is the use of a transitive verb, scattered, 2 noun phrases, her clothes and her place, and the preposition over. Part of the lexical meaning is expressed through the throwing verb scatter. And this grammar and vocabulary are used in a pattern V, N over N, where V is a verb, N is a noun phrase, or just a noun, over, the preposition over, and then another noun. All this information is arguably more useful for learners than, for example, that scatter is a verb that means to throw in various random directions, which would be the dictionary definition. So here is the activity on lexicogrammar in Russian. The key word in context here is, again, the preposition v. And the concordance lines here are sorted by one word to the left, which is represented by the verb to go in its different forms. So hadil, or hadila, hadili, hodin. For example, I went to Cafe Olé many times over here, or I went to an American restaurant, or we often go to restaurants on Tuesday. So the purpose of this activity is for students to notice a pattern of use, more specifically how grammar, which here is the accusative case, is used with vocabulary, which is the verb to go, to create meaning. So the pattern to be discovered here is the use of verbs of motion with the preposition v, followed by noun phrases in accusative case, such as ходил в ресторан, went to a restaurant, or ходим в рестораны, we go to restaurants, or я хожу в Payway, I go to Payway. The importance of this is that learners of Russian struggle with deciding which case to use with the preposition v, because depending on context, it could be either accusative or prepositional. And this activity can help them focus their attention to the fact that when used with the verb of motion, this preposition is more likely to trigger accusative. So this is the end of this webinar, and the next one in our series will be on culture in Russian. Thank you. Bye-bye.